Guten Tag, wie geht's? Moi, Dieter, ich bin Dieter. Yeah, every once in a while, Dieter comes across these things that are just so, in his mind, ludicrous and absolutely hilarious that he has to share them with you. I'm not even wearing my headset mic today, but anyway, we're gonna is gonna poke some more fun at Martin guitars, and this is why. So, Martin Guitars has come out with his D19 190th anniversary model. Limited edition. 190 of these, so a limited edition. This is what's hilarious. And we'll get into it with our friend Matt Chulka from Eddie's Guitars in St. Louis, Missouri. Matt, take it away.
From St. Louis, Missouri. We've got a brand new, very limited special edition guitar to share with you folks today. This comes from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, my good friends at Martin Guitars. Brand new model called the D19 190th anniversary. A guitar that if
All right, let's start right there. He calls it a brand new model. No, it's a plain ordinary D19. That's exactly what they look like. It's the same dimensions, same plain Jane D19. Nothing wrong with that. But why do you call it a new model? It's exactly the same. There's nothing new about it. Let's continue.
If you didn't see the specifications list, it might fool you. It did me, I will tell you, before I saw the spec list on this guitar. So what we have here is a full, standard scale length dreadnought, 14 fret dreadnought. The original D19s that were built back in the 1970s were...
Okay, so it's a 190th anniversary, but it's a 1970s model. That makes sense.
Kind of a little bit lesser known model based loosely around the D18 with some of the aesthetics and choices that they made behind the materials of the guitar. But today we have kind of a reiterated version of that original D19 with a little bit of aesthetic change to it. Like I said, we've got a 14 fret dreadnought. You can take a look at this top here. I would believe you if you were fooled into believing this was a curly mahogany top. However, it is not. It simply looks like one. What we actually have here is an Adirondack spruce top. And as Chris Martin IV...
Okay. What we actually have here is an Adirondack spruce top. So why the fuck do they put a laminated photograph of curly mahogany on it? Answer me that, Mace Meat. Well, here, now you'll see why.
So eloquently puts it, a cosmetically challenged Adirondack spruce top. And from
It's a cosmetically challenged Adirondack spruce top. What is it, a garbage spruce top?
a structural standpoint, there is nothing wrong with this wood whatsoever. But when you look down at a Martin guitar, you expect to see a nice clean spruce top typically. And because these tops didn't look the cleanest and up to their standard for, like a D18, a D28, and down the list of their models, they did
Okay, now I don't know how much they're going to charge you for this garbage. But because it's not up to their standards of how it looks, we'll put it on a limited edition guitar that we're only going to make 190 of and probably charge you another $500 or $1,000. Really, really good, Martin. Really good.
Sort of an aesthetic treatment to this. And now, Martin, in their wood collection, they have a rather large supply of very high-end, very fine curly mahogany. And now, like I said, that's not what this...
All right. So even though they have fine curly mahogany, they didn't want to put it on this guitar. Because then it's not then they can't call it an Adirondack spruce top. So I'm going to stop it here and go to some of the comments, because this is just beyond the pale. This is just guitar idiocy to me. So let's see some of the comments now about this overpriced piece of crap with a crappy top, obviously, if they're that embarrassed that they have to do mahogany. Look, as an artist or something, if you want, I get it that not everyone wants a pale looking spruce top, but they do yellow over age as they torrefy. But you know, you can stain a top if you wanted. If you wanted a caramel colored, you could still have a caramel colored top and show the Addy grain. They're so embarrassed. This must be a terrible piece of spruce if they're that embarrassed that they have to cover it up with a faux mahogany top. Really, 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 really. So let's see some of the comments here. This is hilarious. In my opinion, it is one of the best sounding D18s in the modern Martin era. Beautiful instrument. Gotta love that 18 sound. Looks and sound great. Beautiful guitar and beard. Okay, yeah, he's got a nice beard. It's everything you would expect from a Martin. Total perfection. These are what these Martinites, I call them, there must be something in the water, seriously, in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, man. Looks and sounds like a Martin to me, yeah, for sure. Lovely guitar. Beautiful sounding guitar, makes sense as to why. Great wood choices. The top isn't even wood. It's a plasticized fucking photograph. Finally, one. Okay, one. It sounds okay, but not great. I think the printing is tacky. I'd rather have wood that doesn't look up to snuff than to have a printed finish like that. Seems tacky. Even if it had some knots or some work holes they had to fill, okay? Well, if you got knots in a top, it's not going to be a top. So, anyway, so there's a few intelligent people. But Martin really has lost the plot here. And let's look at, oh, here's the Studio Rodolfo. I wonder who he is. Let's read his comment. Seriously, WTF, what the fuck is the point of printing a faux mahogany top on a spruce top unless they are super embarrassed that it's actually a very low quality top? Martin is sure aware there's a sucker born every guitar minute. Laugh out loud. Next, they'll be printing Addy tops taken from pictures of Bouchers and putting them on their mahogany top guitars. What a total load of nonsense, and the Martinites lap it all up. They must also watch The View on TV. A nice Addy top looks great, no need to cover them up, unless it's full of warts and pimples, maybe. And if you want a different colored Addy top, well, you stain it. Seriously, folks, no offense to Matt here at Eddie's Guitar. He's just doing his job. But
Says we've got an Adirondack top, but they photograph that curly mahogany and apply that image onto.
But this is what fries me. They sell this shit with a straight look on their face, like really. But yeah, let's give Eddie props for the beard. Good beard. I'm not so sure about this limited edition anniversary guitar that's supposed to be an Addy guitar with a printed top. How do you even know it's an Adirondack top if they're doing shit like this? Really, Martin? I don't think there's that much of a wood shortage. It's going back to what I told you before. A lot of American makers are scrounging for Addy tops because, as I said before, the Americans cut down almost all of their red spruce in World War II. It takes 40, 60 years to grow. They're getting some now. But Canada has all the good Addy tops because we didn't cut it down, and Boucher has a monopoly on that. And good for him. That's another reason why the Bouchers are superior, because they have the best Addy tops in the world. Anyway, happy plucking. And please don't anybody who watches Dita's videos, please do not be an idiot and go out and buy one of these guitars. Buy something better for less money, Vita say, and happy plucking.